I'm back. So how long does this actually need to be? This channel is going to be massive. Less massive now. Oops. Hey! I am back. So I need it to be that long. Holy crap. Right back at you. All right. So there's set number 1. So what I'm doing right now is the same way I start all my channels. And I'm going to make my longest one. So since it's a new video, this is what I'm going to make. I don't know if you saw it in the end of the last one. But I'm making a silver version of this. And so from the last video, I have, let me make sure I'm showing you all the faces so they're all the same. I have these 3 channels, and it's a 4-channel design. I gotta come up with a better name for that. And then I have one super long one that I'm making. And so I've got one of my sets of base wires cut. And fixing to cut number 2. I'm using sterling silver half hard wire, round, for my base wire, and 28 gauge dead soft sterling round for my weaving wire. I'm going to be setting 3x3mm stones, little round facets, and 3x2mm facets in this channel. Then after that, I'm going to do some double coils. And actually put this piece together. So depending on how long it takes me to get the components ready, I might just go ahead and put it together on live. I don't know if I'm going to do a hyperlapse video and just post that independently. Not sure. That was not thought through. I could have just shot all those stones all the way to the other side of there. Oh, me too. Well, and you know, when you do get the materials, if like you're planning to start or whatever, and you just haven't had the time or just whatever, um, you can always like video chat me and we'll go through some of these components and these techniques one on one, step by step. If that's something that you're into. Okay. So I have my 2 super long sets of base wires. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy where I'm at with my I don't want to call it a career, but like with my journey sounds too frou-frou. Um, where I'm at with wire right now and my style, my flow, how my pieces look, I'm really happy with that now. Um, but doing this since 2012, 2013, I feel like if I had somebody that I could call or pick their brain or, get some tips or tricks or something, other than just a Google image search of a heady wire wrap, I feel like I would be a lot better off. And so I want to do that for other people. So if you think that I can help you do that, reach out. Like, my inbox is open. Not while I'm doing lives, of course, because I don't know how to switch back and forth between messages and this without ending it. Thank you. That means so much to me. That really means a lot to me. Oh yeah, and it's all about paying it forward. So right now I'm just coiling my base wires together. And this is like my base component. This is what I start everything and end everything with. Is usually one of these channels. Thanks. All right. Let's see. How long is that gonna be? Thank you. Here we go. So right now, I am just trying to separate my base wires into 2 sets. So I'm going to have 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And then whenever I start making the actual like channel or box for my stones to set in, that's whenever there will be a top and a bottom. I'm a lefty, so I always start with my bottom left wire. I go around with the figure 8 weave, or the crisscross weave, or whatever you like to call it, around each wire, up until I get the size of the stone that I want to set. So what I do is I will take, let's see, I will take one of these wires here, and this is a 22 gauge base wire. This is what I'm going to use to make one of my coils here in a minute. So I'll take one of these, twice as long as I need my channel to be, and then I will fold it in half. And then I take two of those and I cross them, and then I coil them together really tight, and then that'll give me a really, really good, really nice and sturdy base for my channel. And then I'm just kind of keeping my wires as straight as I can as I go around each side, just making sure that they're good. Now I'm going to set my stones. Start from that wide open end and push up. Using your finger and the base wires as a guide, that is where you'll start to be able to tell, well, where you'll instantly be able to tell whether or not all of your wires are parallel, because they will straight kick that stone across the room. If it gets any tension at all behind it and they're not all parallel, and they're not all equal tension as well, it'll either go pitifully like sliding out the side, or it'll fly across the room. And that's why we sweep around here. And now I'm just straightening out my wires a little more, because now that I've got that first stone set, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Whenever I first started live, I was going to cut one of my base wires, and I flung this whole line of facets way over here. This is where that fun game of tension really becomes the whole part of your channel setting. That is all it is about. And there are so many different ways you can make these channels too. Like I just saw somebody today um, make a channel out of coils. Like what the fuck? That is so cool. Or I don't know, probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. That was the coolest setting. You're welcome. Well, and here in the next, I guess yesterday or the day before, I said it would be in the next few days. Um, but realistically, it's probably going to be about a week now. I will have at least one good tutorial out, like full comprehensive start to finish, one solid piece. I don't have any of them in front of me at the moment, but those minis that I've been posting over the last day or so, um, I'm going to have a tutorial available for those. Well, I've almost got 4 of them set. I just have to do that 5 more times. Yeah. Well, and I'm not sure if it would be even really helpful for me to do this since there are so many already out there. Um, the internet is just so saturated with tutorials right now. But if I just did like some basic tutorials, just components, what a channel is, what a weave set is, what a prong set is, what like a spring setting is, the different weave types versus how to freestyle versus building a frame or something like that. But I don't know if that would be helpful because, like I said, there's already so much out there. So let's see, do I add another wire? Nope, nope. So I have my initial 4 wires, and then I have my weaving wire. And that is what I'll coil all of my 4 wires together with. Here we go. The weaving wire is going to be 28 gauge. You should always try to keep at least 4 number size difference in between your base wire and your weaving wire, or else you're going to have a really bad day with tension. It can happen, but you're going to be shaken by the end of it, and it's just going to be frustrating. So yeah, my favorite ratio is 18 gauge base wire and 28 gauge weaving wire. Anything below 26 gauge will just shred your fingers. 24 is totally doable. I made, I don't know if you'd seen it, but I made it was like 18 inches, 22 inches tall, something like that, owl out of wire, and all of that weaving wire was 20 gauge, 22 gauge, and 24 gauge, and my fingers hated me by the end of that. So I've added all the zircon on that side, and there was 5 of those. And so now I'm switching to the Mystic Topaz, and there will be 11 of those. Pliers, brands. So honestly, let's see. My husband just bought me these from Walmart, to replace the other ones that I had gotten from Walmart that were exactly the same. These were like $2.99. I had those for 4 years, I think. And they weren't the best, but I didn't have to replace them up until I made that owl, actually. And then the face right after that, I don't know if you'd seen that either, but I made this giant face. It was like a windswept face out of, it was like 6 gauge copper wire. It was super, super thick. And that bent the teeth on my, or bent the noses on my pliers. They were like this. The other ones, I just got this from a jewelry kit from Hobby Lobby like 3 years ago. They're brandless. I'm not exactly sure what they were. They're super, super generic. Yeah, that owl was really cool. It was like 20 pounds. The only downside was if it fell off a table, it spiked my dog across the room because he was 9 pounds. But yeah, no tools. I just use a pair of my flush cutters. I use a pair of toothless needle nose. So I guess just flat nose pliers. But they gotta have the point on them because I also use these as round nose pliers as well. And then I have my big pair of needle nose pliers and my small pair of needle nose pliers. And this does everything that I need up until this point anyways. And I piled them all up, all willy-nilly with no regard to my usage of them. Hey. Yeah, and if somebody's telling you that you can't do this type of work without $80 pliers, they just want $80 from you. Flat nose, needle nose, flush cutters, and a big pair of needle nose, like just a regular standard size pair of needle. So no, you're fine. A regular size pair of needle nose. Oh, you're so welcome. And if you ever have any questions, I mean it. What I said earlier about the video calls and stuff. But that extends to, not everyone is comfortable just calling a stranger. So you can always just message me. I will usually have some type of something like this in my hand, or I'll be driving or something like that. So it'll probably be a voice message in response, but I will totally get back to you. Like, you can ask questions at any time. Yes, Rio for the wires. And well, here's a testament to their customer service. Just so you know, I don't know if you've used Rio before, but like, I've used them exclusively for since I moved to Colorado, so 2017 at least. Yeah, October 2017. Um, and this was the first time anything had ever happened with delivery issues. But apparently, I had a new UPS driver um, on Saturday that delivered my package, which was like almost 9 pounds. It was 8.7 pounds of wire for this next month. He delivered it to my front door instead of my office, and so somebody took it. And so I called Rio and was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Um, and, explained to them what happened. I put the office ladies on the phone, and they confirmed that there was no package there. They didn't sign for anything, they didn't see anything. And so Rio just shipped me out another one free of charge. And it was here, 24 hours. What am I doing? I am doing this. I'm going to make a silver one of these. And I only have one more channel to make. And then I'm also going through the materials that you need to make it, where you get them, and what pliers you might need. Not so much brands, but just like sizes and types. Yeah, no, Rio was amazing. And then they sent a UPS guy to me 2 days in a row after that. So up until today, um, I found out on Monday that my package was gone because I thought it was in the office. I didn't think anything of it because the office was closed on Sunday. It got delivered on Saturday. I didn't see it in the office like it normally is. Um, so they checked up with me on. Is today Wednesday? Today's Thursday. I lost today. Don't tell nobody. Um, so they reached out to me on Tuesday after it was delivered. Another UPS guy came out that night and left a hanger on my door. And so I called back yesterday morning, and then another guy came out last night just to try to make sure that I got the package and that everything was good. So, like, Rio really cares. So silver versus copper. Um, in my opinion, copper is like weaving with butter. It is so smooth and so nice. Um, Silver is a little bit more rigid than copper. Um, it's not as forgiving. The base wire is a little stiffer and it's harder to nick, as well as the weaving wire. You know, it stands up to a little bit more wear and tear, a little bit more oomph to try to get it to get off of there, than the copper does. But I prefer the copper, especially if you're starting out. You can get a. Oh, I don't even have it in here. Hold on, I will be right back because you need to see this. It's crazy. So you can get these 5-pound copper rolls from Rio. Um, I think it was like $40. I can't exactly remember. There was a lot of stress that went around this order. Um, but this should last me about a month, making all the pieces that I do. Um, if you want to get the 1-pound spools, those are like $18, $23 a piece. And those will last you a long time as well. You can oxidize that stuff, you can polish it, it's wonderful. And it's really the best thing that you can get for the price. The gauge. So my favorite gauge to use for base wire is 18 gauge. But they have those 1-pound or 5-pound spools and pretty much any gauge that you can think of. And it's just the copper. Um, the jeweler's brass does have 1-pound spools as well. The gauges and sizes, or not sizes, the gauges and shapes of the wire is a little more limited on the brass than it is the copper. But it's still just as affordable if you're wanting to make this a profession. I mean, if you want to give it a shot. Hey, Megan. How you doing? They're dirty as crap because I've been making silver and brass all day and I haven't given myself a break. But that's okay because they don't hurt. They're just dirty AF. Oh, the shapes of the wires? So, since you're starting out, if you're wanting to do the types of things that I do, like if you're wanting to make these channels, get square wire. Square wire for your channels. Definitely. 100%. The round wire is something that I've chosen to stick to for some reason. I don't know. I don't know very many people that use round wire to make the components that I do. Hey, Shine. But so the shape of wire, you're looking at square, half round, round, flat, and then there's different grades of like your half round. There's high dome, low dome. There's like segmented wire. There's all kinds of different stuff. Whenever you get to crawling around on Rio, your mind is just gonna. I wish I knew how to react to comments on live because I would have done the same thing. Thank you, stranger. I don't know who laugh reacted that, but I wanted to. Oh, you should have seen it earlier, Sean. I flipped this whole line of stones all over the place. Oh, really? I'm just gonna not pay attention and stick a whole line in there without setting one of them. That's what I'm asking you. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The square wire is going to be your best option for channel setting. It's going to be the oh, how would I word this? It's just going to be the easiest to start out with. It grips your stones better. It's got an actual ledge for things to grip on. Whereas your round wire tends to slip and slide a lot more because it's round. Um, and you have to secure it a lot more as you go. There's a lot more risk of things twisting and sliding out. And your square wire, whenever you coil off your ends or do any kind of weaving like that, those edges really just kind of cement things into place. And Megan, I would love to wrap your glasses. I have all of the time now. Square wire gauge 18, yes. That would be the best thing to start out with. And then round wire, 28 gauge for weaving. Hey, Brad. How you doing, dude? I don't know, I'm all like bent over this, like I'm gonna sneak up on it. I only have 4,500 stones left to set in this one channel before I'm done. Why couldn't I have made a mini? I could have just said, hey, I'm making a mini today. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. I'm so excited to see what you do with this. I'm so excited. Nothing but good things. Absolutely. You know, whenever I started out, I was we've established this was like almost 10 years ago now, so I think we've passed the statute of limitations. I was practicing with um, rolling papers with the wire in them. I was wrapping cigarette butts with those to practice and like trading wraps for gas money and a gallon of milk and a pack of cigarettes and doing stuff like that. So like it for real, like it every little baby step counts. Well, I don't know, like, why I keep doing these is I figured I'm gonna be doing this all day anyways. I'm just gonna be sitting here staring at wire, doing my thing, hanging out, whatever. Um, and I might as well be hanging out with other people. I mean, I don't know if I have anything to teach, but if somebody can possibly learn by something that I'm doing, or just kind of get a kick out of watching it or whatever, I'm totally down for that. So I just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Have a great night. I'll definitely be hitting you up. Yeah, you have a good night, Brad. Get some rest, dude. I am an all kinds of owl, Megan. I stay up until like 4 and then I might sleep until like 6:30 in the morning. And then be up until midnight. um, and tonight I'm feeling like it's probably going to be a late one. That means so much to me, Sean. Like, you have no idea. Like, coming from you, that means a lot. Oh, me from 30 minutes ago forgot I cut myself some weaving wire. I thought I was fixing to flip myself in the foot with this spool. Yeah, it'll be much better with music in the background, I think. Anything, a fan, my dog snoring, something. The dog, he's doing so good. So check it out. Um, that whole traumatic, awful thing that happened. They told us that we were gonna lose him. It was because of his teeth, and then it was because of an extra flap that he had in the back of his throat. On the other side, that got all inflamed and stuff. And so they told us we were gonna have to have him on steroids for the rest of forever. Steroids and cough syrup, and like super, 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 super strong cough syrup, like impossibly strong. Didn't even want to give it to us cough syrup. And they told us that it was either that for the rest of forever, or we could try to completely change our home environment for him, make it easier for him to be here. And so what we did was we just got a bunch of those 3M like HEPA filters, and taped them to the back of box fans. We switch that out every like 6 weeks, and we keep the back or keep all the chairs and the rugs and the carpets, keep all of that shampooed and clean, and his breathing problems went away. They went all the way away. Like, he still has that flap in the back of his throat, and it still, causes him problems every now and then whenever he gets too excited. It will, get him like little dogs do. But I'm not like I was with him, and he's not like he was. He's not struggling, which is amazing. Oh, yeah, no, it was amazing. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, we had to do something. Like, he's my little dude. And, like, we were prepared to do whatever. Like, we were going to sell our car just to make it happen if we had to. But we weren't going to do all of that if it could have been boiled down to something as simple as maybe homie don't like dust. You know? And I mean, that's oversimplifying it, but that's how I felt about it. And so, like, with COVID and everything, the filters have gotten more expensive, but it's still, it's no less worth it. So it was a combination of dry air, the flap on the back of his throat. It started out as doggy bronchitis, and then he got an infection from his tooth. And so they had him on antibiotics for the infection from his tooth, which was like a double whammy for his bronchitis. And then they told us he had the flap on the back of his throat. And then they told us that him coughing, the only thing that we could do to help him with his coughing in between the codeine and stuff, because we were just keeping him doped up, basically. He was only awake long enough to eat, and then he would go back to sleep because he would just cough, 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 cough. And so they told us the only thing that we could possibly do to alleviate that was these filters. And so we did those filters, and we immediately noticed a difference. Like a few days noticed a difference. He started like playing in between sleeping. He would start eating more, running around, like doing, dog stuff. And then after a while, we asked the vet. We talked to him. We were like, okay, so can we wean him off these steroids? You told us we didn't want him to be on these long term anyways. He's breathing okay. So what do you think? And they said, go ahead. Yeah, let's see what happens. And he's been himself ever since. But like it was terrifying there for a minute. I mean, I know y'all were there, and I appreciate everyone that was there for me, for him, and for us during that, because that was just awful. But yeah, a box fan and a HEPA filter. So I've only got 2 more stones to set, and then this, I can't remember if it's 19 or 20 stone channel will be finished, and then we're just gonna be making the coils and then putting this heifer together. You absolutely should. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I get it. Well, no, that is stupid of me to say, because I can't say that I don't get it, or I can't say that I get it because I don't. Um, but I do get depression. I get anxiety. I get, just not Like, what's the point? Like, why should I even make this anymore? Like, why? Um, but if it makes you happy, do it. You know, like if it gives you joy, do it. And you are great at it. You are so great at it. And I know you inspire me. Like for a while, I don't know if you felt this way, but for a while I felt like we were directly pushing each other to innovate our own styles. Um, and yeah, I don't know if you felt that, but I felt that. And I take some pride in that. Um, Feeling like I kind of grew up with you in the wire game. Oh no, I don't want to misrepresent how I feel about this stuff because I feel like I used to be really well spoken and then I had a couple strokes and now I can't like my words are hard to find sometimes. And so I'll often like I'll stumble over myself or like I'll say the like a something weird way. Um, and I want to make sure that I'm there for someone without minimizing their experience. This is the last stone in this channel. I know, that's what I'm saying. We both grew up here. Oh yeah, when I was 20. Oh, why do I have to think about this stuff? Just wait till y'all get older. Just wait. You're like, that was 10 years ago? No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was 20 years ago. Um, no, I was 22, maybe, when I had a stroke, and it was really weird. I was by myself and kind of in and out of the bushes, um, by choice, not by choice, 50-50. Also on a lot of drugs back then. Um, if you know anything about me, I mean, that is a thing in my life back then. 7 years sober, thank goodness. Um, but yeah, I had a stroke and then I had another one and then I had some TIAs and I have 2 cysts in my brain. And so every once in a while, I just kind of forget where I'm going with stuff. And I don't think I've ever said that on a live, so hey. People out there thinking I'm all well adjusted and stuff, lots of strokes, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, and you too can do it. What the fuck? I told y'all we're making stuff and getting weird. Just talking shit in the closet. Aha. All right. So there's that. Straighten this bitch up. And I'm missing stuff. Hold on, I was staring at stones. Feel like I was on a commercial break. By niche, would you mean like talking shit in the closet? So, I've got all 4 of the channels made. This is the piece that I'm making. This is the one. I need to get me a fan set up in here before I make this like my whole day job, because do you see this? Like, I'm getting ready to start running blue, guys. You tell me if it happens. All right. So now we're gonna make some coils. Coils everywhere. Is that gonna work? No. That did not work at all. Okay. We will do... How long do we want it? We'll do 1 single coil and a double coil. Just for funsies. I had somebody ask me earlier why I don't use a drill for my coils, and that is because myself almost ripped my pinky off one day when I was trying it. I do this whenever I wrap. Tension, I don't know. Never seen a movie. And yeah, I did that. I hit that drill, and it got me pretty good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, I would just be sitting here talking crap in a closet by myself. Oh, got away from me. Man, like, it was nuts. And it happened so fast. And I thought I just, like, you know, whenever you pull a wire too tight and you feel it slip in your fingerprint and you're like, gotta pull it out of there. I thought that's what I did. And I was like, ooh, that's a bad one. And I went to, like, shake my hand and it didn't come off. and I had to, like, pull it off of there. So never again. I will sit here like I'm Amish and make my coils forever. As opposed to that. Yeah, no, it was so bad. Well, and I had to explain it to my husband because he was like, "You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself." I'm not. I'm not. I'm fine. I got this. I know what I'm doing. I've seen the videos. I know. Yeah. Like, you don't tell me, I got this. He comes home 8 hours later and I'm like, hey, yeah, but only so he can say, I told you so. He got me today with the fan thing. What made you start wire wrapping and when did you start? I started in 2012 or 2013. I've always stuck to that because I don't remember exactly when it was. It could have either been 2012 or 2013. It was either January or February, one of those years. Um, I had a friend at the time in southern Missouri that wanted a crystal necklace. It was a kyanite bead necklace. He wanted it extended. He had gained a little bit of weight and he was proud of himself. And he was like, "This is my favorite thing. I never take it off. Can you help me?" I had never made anything like that. I'd never worked with beads or jewelry or anything. But I'd always drawn. I don't know, done people's tattoos and stuff, like sold designs. Never done tattoos, but sold designs. Um, and I don't know, I've always made all kinds of stuff, dream catchers, and so I was like, sure, let's go ahead and try it. I'll get me some beads and we'll see. And then I just never stopped. I never fucking stopped. Um, I was like, I was hooked on necklaces, and then from there it was a very short leap to, well, I need something to put on the necklaces. And then I found Bobby Sula's wraps and was like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And from then on, I made it like a mission of mine that I was gonna be his peer. I was gonna be one of the people that was like named alongside with him. I know that's really lame, but that was what made me start doing it. I was like, want I want to make something like that because that's magic. That is magic. And so I just started throwing myself into it, like everywhere, everywhere. I sold wraps because in order to keep making them, you have to finance it somehow, and in order to justify it to any kind of partner, you've got to make sure it's self sustaining at some point. Um, and so, I started selling them and I sold them at a liquor store called Beer 30 um, for $5 a pop. And then I would get kicked out of grocery stores and mall parking lots and all kinds of stuff for setting up on my little Ford Escort station wagon and like selling wraps on the hood. I got fired from a couple jobs because I was selling wraps behind the counter and like hustling stuff, hustling customs. And then it just grew. I mean, it just went from there. I realized it was something people couldn't stop me from doing. Um, and so I just went for it. I know. Rest in power. He was like, I can't think of anyone even comparable. Maybe like a piece from Joe Hawker. Like I can think of one that is maybe in the same league as Bobby. Right? Well, and then I moved to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and I walked up and down the whole town with my mom at the time. Um, she had some stuff go on where she needed someone to move in with her, um, and so I went down there, and I had just gotten railroaded like that whole weekend. Like I was making stuff that I was proud of at the time, and like if somebody else were to come up to me and say, hey, what do you think of this? I would, of course, be like, oh, it's amazing. You know, you just started out. But for me, looking back on my own work, I was like, I can't believe that I was trying to peddle this stuff. But I just got completely railroaded one day. And I was walking out of town, walked past this place that was just like a collective of buildings and a weird staircase and like a bunch of metal, like fencing. It was this really artsy place. Um, and it was called the Art Colony. And I just took a portfolio in there and I was like, well, let's see. And they didn't give me a studio, but they told me that I could set up on the sidewalk outside of their place and just sit for a weekend. And I was stopping traffic. Um, I made a sign and I was just sitting out there and I was making jewelry by the street. And I would like, someone would come up and say, I want this pendant. Can you make me a necklace? And so I would twist them up a macrame necklace real quick. And people would stop out front and just park on the street to get out and see what I was doing. And so they were kind of pseudo forced into giving me a spot. But I fucked that place off real hard. I wasn't in the mind frame for that. I was all about partying back then, and tried that a couple more times. And then I moved up to Colorado. I was like, you know, all of my wire wrapping idols, they're out in the West. There's got to be something out there. You know, if there's something to this, I want to be where everyone else is. And so I came out here in 2017, and the rest is history. Loving you right on back. Let's see, that is my 20 gauge. I already lost one spool under there. Am I gonna chance another one? This one has a lot more on it than the other one did. Let's see. I would show y'all my setup over there if it wasn't so pitiful. Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't find anybody that was even in the wire rap scene in Arkansas. And like, after I moved, I discovered Holly Green and like all these other amazing people that I didn't get to meet while I was down there, and I'm kicking myself for it now. Um, but yeah, you totally should. You totally should. You've got a support system out here already. I know you got love in Colorado Springs. Well, and like, honestly, Sean, um, talking about like my crowd or whatever, like I have one person that is my friend, like in person friend. I have one of those. Um and that's it. The rest of it is online. I do my jewelry, I go hiking, I do my own thing with just me, my dog, and my wire. And it has been the best thing that we could have ever done. Like, for us both, for our marriage, for my mental health, like for my art. It's just, Colorado is amazing for everybody. Everybody should come. I'm gonna get whipped in the melon with that. Oh, I missed so many comments. Hey, Tyrone. How you doing, buddy? I'm so happy you like those. Yes, I've never, ever, ever been to a show or a festival or anything like that out here. But I do hear good things about the music scene. The only rock hunting I've done in Colorado is like getting lost in the woods and just by chance coming back with quartz. So I'm not a good person to take people out because I will get you lost and we will get mauled by a bear. Um, and we won't find no rocks. Yeah, no, I made Chris a promise that I wouldn't go hiking anymore after, um, oh, that one dude, I think he was like last year, he was about my size, choked out a mountain lion out here. Um, that was crazy. But yeah, no more. Come on now. Oh yeah, I found some raw Amazonite just like on the ground whenever I was walking. I found lots and lots and lots of quartz. I found a piece of amethyst. It was just chilling in like this dry creek bed. And I found some smoky quartz just like out on Gold Camp Road. That was really cool. Um, but otherwise, it's that really, 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 really white quartz with like the veins in it. The red stuff. I don't know what that is. I had somebody tell me that we can find topaz around here. I want some. Um, and I know we have good aquamarine. Hematite. Yes, yes. See, I was gonna say iron, but I'm not just talking to myself anymore. I'm talking to the internet, and I'm gonna get told. I know the aqua here is amazing. Oh yeah. You guys, somebody take over this coil for me, because I'm over it. Do your friends have a topaz mine? Oh my god. I would love to wrap some of your friends' topaz. My people tell your people. Oh, oh, that's in Colorado? I had no idea. Oh, I feel so dumb. Mountain Ter- that's here in Colorado. Oh. Oh, I'm making a coil right now. Well, right now I'm just twisting wire until I like. I just want to throw this. I want to throw it so bad. Um, see, this is coil number 2, and they're like. Mm, they're so long. They're from my elbow until the middle of my middle finger. That might as well. Wow! I had no idea. I'm still making this coil. It's gonna be this component there. Ooh. My spool's fixing to run from me, and I won't be able to get it. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you. I'm just coiling my weaving wire around my base wire. And then I'm going to coil that around another base wire. And I'm done with that. Done with it. Okay. So, now we have all of the components made. We just gotta put this heifer together. Yeah, I've never been up on Pikes Peak yet, or like up to Pikes Peak. I know that there's like areas where I guess people can dig. Oh, pardon me. But I've never been up there. The only place I've been here in the Springs is North Cheyenne Canyon or Gold Camp Road, which is I guess essentially the same. I am. I'm spinning a coil. It took forever, man. It took forever. I was in my 20s when I started that coil. I've seen the Royal Gorge. The day that I went there, it was, good morning, Lauren. The day that I went there, it was closed. The bridge was closed. And I tried to take a picture of it, like, on the other side of the fence. And I got a picture of the utility box. And so I never went back. And so we go out to Phantom Canyon and hang out there. But no, I've never been up to Pikes Peak. I thought I was gonna die one time up on Gold Camp Road. I slid on the ice and I was like, "Don't die." Going off the edge, and so I decided that was probably too high for me. I wouldn't probably do too well on Pikes Peak. Um, but Chris got us tickets for the Cog Railway, and so I guess I'm gonna have to like go up there. I'm gonna have to. Panorama Point. Okay. I will check that out. You're basically on top of the world and it feels that way. But it's cold and windy at my house, Megan. It's cold and windy here right now. Yeah, I know I can see the new building from my apartment. I mean, I guess you can see it kind of anywhere in the Springs if it's a clear day. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. But I kind of want to see the new building just because I can see it from 14 miles away and I want to see what the fuck that looks like. Um, but I don't know. Like they start talking about everything's fine until the tree line goes and you're just staring up at the sky. I don't want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm like, oh, you gotta see it just to say you did. I could just say I did. Let's see, I need to get some water. I have the dryness. Don't wuss out. I'm gonna have Chris post pictures of me on the floor the whole way up. There is so much to see here. I love it here. I love it here. I love it here. Although, on the flip side, I was walking outside of my apartment one day and, like, I will panic, speak to somebody. Like, if I make eye contact with you in public and I don't know you, I'm like, oh, hi. Like, I will say something. And so I was on my way to my car and there was a dude walking down the road with a sleeping bag on and he made eye contact with me and I was like, oh, good morning. And he said, do you think you could defend yourself? I don't know. Probably. Do I need to? So, like, it's pretty, but. See, I'm almost done. Garden of the Gods was so pretty. So pretty. And then, like, we have the Florissant fossil beds that are not too far away. And there's all the state parks around here. I try to avoid people, but like if you say like if I accidentally make like if I make eye contact with you and like I know that like I can't not say something. My anxiety will just like bleh, like hello. The fossil beds are so pretty. They're so pretty. Well, and then somebody just fucking vandalized them a couple months ago. They scratched all over one of the walls. Okay. One coil done. I do. Like, it was so bad whenever I was in customer service, like, last week. Um, I mean, anybody that's worked retail knows what I'm talking about. We've all seen the memes. We know. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Absolutely. Sean, any time. And like, if you ever just want to talk or whatever, like, I'm here. We can do this. Like, I mean, if you just want to like do a video call or whatever, like, we can just like chill and chat one on one, just make jewelry and like kick it. Like, I'm totally good with that. So, Miss Heather, if you're still here, this is what came of that spinny spin that I was doing for the last 3,000 years. Oh, hey, I reacted to a comment. Otherwise, Josh talks to his closet. That's right, and it's just me and a closet and a dream catcher and nobody. And I need to change this light, guys, because I can't tell if this is silver or brass, and that's a problem. Let's see. We're gonna do. This is gonna be so long. I should probably start building the rest of the pendant. I had half a plan, guys. I had half a plan when I came into this. I knew what piece I wanted it to look like, and then I just like gave no shits from then on. I just started making stuff. Hi, Charnina. Yep, that was how it happened. Oh, me too. Megan, yo, yes. When it gets real bad is like whenever I try to keep it to myself and I will lose all control over these crazy shits right here, everywhere. And I can't imagine it looks good. Um, oh, I didn't measure. Right? I will straight up introduce myself to people. Like, I will walk up to you and be like, "Hi, I'm Josh. I'm unstable." Like, that's, I don't, you know what you're getting. You can't be, like, surprised later and be like, "Well, no one told me." I told you. Well, and like, I used to say, like, just the unstable that cries a lot. Not, I'm not gonna burn down your house. I'm just gonna, like, I don't know, text you all the time. But now I don't even care. Like, I don't care. I just want to make my jewelry and talk shit in my closet. Let's see. Actually, I've got enough there to make 2 coils. We're gonna do that. You get it. You get it. I figured out how to react to comments. Nothing can fucking stop me. Oh, I feel that. I feel that so hard. The only thing that has saved me throughout this whole ordeal, as far as like interacting with people, is that I've consistently had customer service or public whatever jobs throughout this whole thing. That is the only thing that has saved me. And even then, I'm still getting kind of mean. Like somebody will. Hold on. Yes, yes, I'm learning reactions. But like somebody will, I don't know, talk shit to me, and so I'll talk shit back to them. Like I called somebody a floppy fucking butthole one day, and she was like 100, and she was like, "Did you just call me a butthole?" And was like real confused, and I was like, "Did you forget how to act in public? You were there when manners were written." And so like I don't, I'm not exactly the most polite person anymore either. Um, but I can empathize with that is what I'm trying to get at. Well, so I worked at a fish and chips place, and this lady came at me because the fish wasn't the shape that she was used to, and she was like offended, like clutching her pearls. It was an affront to her nature, offended. Um, And so I told her that I'm really sorry that we didn't have them cut up into dinosaurs and stars like she's used to, but if she'll give me a heads up next time, I'll make sure to fix that. Um, and that was that. Um, ha! I'm a reacting fool. Oh no, what I do? I feel like a boomer. So I've got one. Yeah, no, it's really not. And like, I used to have an attitude of, the customer's always right. I'm here to do, for you. That's what I'm here for. Customer service is the name of the game. And I still am. But as I've gotten older, it's getting harder and harder and harder to eat the general public's shit. Um, and so like I don't know, I don't have a threshold for like stupidity anymore. Um, and so like I'll tell my like coworkers or my bosses like I have a finite amount of nice and I need to save that for my customers because like I'm paid to be here for them. Um, and if you want to push me, I can't. Um, quit fighting with your managers. I did. I'm my own boss now. I don't get fired if I yell at myself. I just look crazy. Um, well, in my opinion, as far as like the realness goes, like, yeah, of course it's a job, and of course it's a service job. Like, I'm here to take care of you, but I'm not less than you. Like, just because I'm getting paid to work here doesn't mean that you get to treat me like shit. I'm paid to sell you cigarettes, not take your bullshit. Um, yeah. Well, and like, I would tell people, like, I'm here for 10 more hours. You look like you're in a hurry. You want to fight it out? Because, like, I got the time. I'm not paid by the customer, I'm paid by the hour. Um, and that's why I work with crystals. Let's see. Longest channel. Let's see. The longest side is gonna go down. Here we go. Woo! Something like that. Fight Club with strangers. I get it. I get it. Good morning, Lauren. Or good night. Whatever. Hi. Welcome to my closet. Oh yeah, you snap your fingers at me. You also woo, woo, woo. This one is gonna turn out really, really nice and silver, I think. that. Oh my god. And that wasn't even the craziest story. That was just the most recent. I caught a lady eating out of the toilet one day. She was eating ramen noodles with her hands out of the toilet in the gas station. And she wasn't crazy. She wasn't homeless. Like, she drove there. She bought the noodles. She asked me for a fork. And she waited in line. Oh, yeah. Man, I wish he would have thrown me that sandwich. And I was giving him shit while he did it, too. I was like, you feel better, dude? You wasted $4 and you didn't even punch me. You just hit me with some eggs. Out the toilet. Like a fucking goblin. Yeah. No, no, not drugs. Social media. This bitch had her phone posted up on the back of the toilet, and she was recording herself eating, and she so it was like 30 minutes. This is a little bit of a story. It was like 30 minutes she was in this bathroom, and it was just, one, bathroom over here, one bathroom over there, and they were both full, and she one person bathrooms, and people were like coming up and getting all crazy with me, telling me that she had been in the bathroom forever. I remembered that she went in there and she didn't come out, and so I went up and like pounded on the door, and I was like, "Hey, maintenance, you've been in there 30 minutes. You good?" And she said, "Come in." And I wasn't thinking about it. Like, what do? You knock on a door, someone says, "Come in," you go in. So I went in, and she was eating noodles out the toilet with her fingers like a goblin. I don't know why goblin is what I think of, but that's what I think of. Hi, Jen. Sorry you came in on that story. I promise this is about jewelry. Like, welcome to my live. These are channels. Let me tell you about that time I got stabbed by a hobo at a gas station. Like, I see you, Heather. I see you. I'm with you. Let's see. Hmm. I just want a shirt that says that, Megan. Just hobos. No context. No. Not a fancy word, just Times New Roman. Just hobos. I really did get stabbed by one, though. Man, I've got so many crazy stories from the gas station. I worked retail 15 years. Like, you see some shit. Um, I did video security for a porn store for a while. Um, let's see, I sold life insurance. I sold microscopic phytoplankton. Um, we have run the gambit. With a little bit of jewelry tips thrown in there, just a little bit. I feel like one of those ladies writing recipes online, or one of those people writing recipes online. You know, when I think about avocados, I think about when I was 14 and my father died. I just wanted guacamole. So we got something like this going on so far. Let's see. That one came back at me. I'm going to secure it around one side with some bottom base wires. And I'm going to secure it around the other side with some top base wires. Ooh, it almost got me. So, got something like, whoop. Hold on, forget I said anything. All right. Oh, I missed all these. I know, I know. Here's where we're at so far. And now I'm going to flip it on to the other side. And I've only got 2 channels over here, and they're like way smaller. I probably should have lopsided that a little more, but it'd be fine. The Hobo Chronicles. Yes. Well, and that would be kind of accurate for me too, because I mean, for a while, like I lived in the bushes on purpose. It's like the Chronicles of a Hobo. It's a little better. Ha! Well, I mean, if you're not able to be real about where you've been or what happened, in your life, then you've got some things you need to work out. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that or with you or whatever, but like I just feel like everybody benefits if you're able to be open. Even if you unintentionally say something you didn't mean to. Don't you roll on me, you slippery motherfucker. Depends on what it is. Send me a picture. Send me a picture, and I will see. Ooh. Why, Josh, did you do that? Ooh. I made the most beautiful curve the wrong way. Hey. That, like, ah, that just makes me so happy. Like, people, I don't know, I just love seeing people do things that make them happy, that make their heart happy. And it's clear that, like, creating brings you joy. And it's a joy to watch you do it because, I mean, you're one of the innovators out there. Did I just unlike that? No, okay. Yeah, I will absolutely take a look at those unfaceted crystals for you, Megan. Too small to display. If they're too small to display, they're probably just the right size for a focal point, huh? Because if they are, they could be. They could be up to this size and be okay. Mm-hmm. Where'd you go camping? So I bent that weave the right way the first time. I just had my pendant upside down, and so now I have to rewarp my weave the other way. And so we'll see if all my stones stay in at this point. We'll see. Damn it. Uh, Good morning. Okay, okay, we can save this. Totally fine. We're fine. We're fine. We got this. Ooh. I forgot y'all can see my face. I'm not on the phone. Let's see. Ah, that sounds like fun though. Well, I didn't do the swoop thing. So if I don't do the swoop thing, I don't know which was left and which was right apparently. No, I gotta do the swoop thing. Uh oh, I think it's gonna be just fine. Yes, it totally is. Okay. Hey, good morning. Ah, fixed it. No problems. Can't even tell. Don't tell nobody. So this came out very flame-like. And I am not mad at that at all. Like as soon as I get this, yeah. Uh, ooh, could have been dangerous to my eyeballs. So I stopped using colored wire a while back because the colored I'm not gonna call it a plating, but that's the closest thing I can think of. The colored coating flakes off really easy. But I did just learn of stainless steel wire. Apparently, you can just heat it to get it to turn all kinds of different colors, and I don't see it being too difficult to make that happen. Hey. All right. Check it out, y'all. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use for my focal now. Because it just came out so dang pretty. Ooh. Ooh. You know when you sit with your legs crossed too long and you have an out-of-body experience? Ooh. Ooh. Right? I'm all shrimped up. Like, I've got one more channel to add. One more. And I think. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what I think now. Oh no, foot's awake. Okay, hold on. Gotta get out of frame. Yeah. I'm dead, I died. Ooh. That fucking sucks. Oh. Let's see. I did. I died straight to fucking death. All the way to death. It was like it was like a cross between a Charlie horse and cramp, and like my ankle was all fucked up for no reason. No reason. That one had legs on it. Let's see. Oh, I can't, you guys. I'm gonna end up laughing this motherfucker all the way apart. Like, this is. I'm getting a case of the giggles right now. And I'm gonna end up squeezing this all over the place. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? My face hurts. I keep on just wanting to fucking laugh like an idiot for no reason. Nothing is even happening. Ah. God damn it. God damn it. Oh my god. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Just a guy cackling in a closet at 2 o'clock in the morning. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. So, before I end up smushing this thing all to shit, I need to show you guys. Because I'm really proud of it. But I just know if I end up working with it too much more tonight, I'm gonna end up just doing the thing.
Um, but here's what we've got. So, I think it was Jules earlier asked me if I was asked me if I was a water sign, and I said I was an Aquarius, and for some reason, all I can see right now is the water pitcher. It wasn't what intended to do, but that's all I see now. So, it'll probably look different when I wake up in the morning. I don't know. But I got to. Oh. Oh, hey, wait, hold on. Oh man, you're going to cry laugh. Yeah, I know, it's awful. Like, I can't. I got myself under control now. Oh, that's what I'm fixing to do. Anytime, Sean. Anytime. And thank you so much. I hope you have the best night. The absolute best night. See, that's what I thought. It kind of looked like a water pitcher. But I don't know. The more I mess with it, the more I feel like I'm just gonna end up messing it up. And so I'm gonna hop off of here because I ain't got no business talking to people no more at the moment. Um, but I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I am always here. I'm always down. I'm probably still in my closet. So come back and see me. Bye.